I'm here today with Tereza Murray. She specializes in the SME space with Business Success Partners in franchising small to medium-sized businesses. Tereza, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Give us a sense of what sort of businesses are suitable to franchise. What sort of businesses you're looking for when you're out and you say, oh, that would be a good business to franchise? What sort of business?
I think, any business in theory is franchisable. As long as you can take the essence of that business and, I guess, bottle it, and then somebody else could take that and run that business, then it's franchisable. I think if you're looking at your business in terms of if you want to franchise, it would be if you were looking for a growth strategy and you weren't, you had concerns about, setting up another location and putting a manager in there running it. Are they going to run it the same way that you would run it with the same passion and, enthusiasm for the brand? Then, I would.
So what are the advantages? So say me as a business owner, I've got an option. I can go and build 2 or 3 other operation stores, whatever it is, in some other region. Why would I consider franchising? What are the benefits of franchising?
The biggest benefit of franchising is that you have owner-operators that are passionate and have skin in the game running your business units. And unfortunately, although there are great employees out there, they are the exception rather than the rule. So you immediately have somebody running that business with the same level of commitment and passion that you have.
Okay, if you're setting up and you're working again, say pretend I'm the business owner, what's the process? What do I go through? What do you do? How long does it take? That sort of thing.
The whole process takes between 6 to 8 weeks, depending. But we start with a series of discovery meetings where I am understanding the business. I'm running through the different options for the business owner on how they might structure their franchise. I think the important thing is that the business has really strong operating processes and procedures in place. And the business doesn't necessarily have to have those documented. And that's something that I quite often help businesses with, is actually taking their day-to-day business operations and putting them into the operating manuals.
Tereza, what are the misconceptions? What sort of reasons do people sort of put off the decision or the decision to inquire about franchising?
The biggest misconception that I encounter is they believe that they're giving up control of their business and their brand. And it's actually the opposite. They will have far more control over their brand, how the business is run with franchisees than they would with employees.
If somebody's interested in pursuing franchising or having a discussion, what should they do?
They should get in touch with me. I'm happy to sit down with them. We sort of have a good chat about their business, and we go right into the nitty-gritty of what happens on a daily basis, a little bit more into the structure of the business and how it runs. And then I will start to get a feel for how ready it is to franchise. And I'm always very honest with clients about what needs to happen before we get to that stage and push go.
If I'm convinced that I'm probably not ready, and say I choose to have a discussion with you anyways, what sort of things might I need to do to get my business ready? So where could that conversation go?
Probably around, I guess, solidifying some of your internal processes around your operations and the day-to-day running of the business. If that's something that you're doing on the fly and you don't really have a formula in place for that, then there's going to be quite a bit of work to do. So for a business owner, it's about sitting down and going, what do I do every day? What is making my business successful? And trying to actually document that. And then from there, we can start to develop your operating systems, and that becomes a very big part of a franchise system are the operating manuals, which are the essence of the business itself.
I guess in the work that I do, we stumble into businesses that aren't really performing well, but maybe have a lot of potential. How would that conversation go with you, where you'll come in and even I know as the business owner that there's potential. So how can that sort of lead to franchising? I might be convinced that it's a possibility, but I know from a performance perspective, I'm not putting up the numbers. Yeah. So is that a concern?
So one of the biggest things that obviously Business Success Partners does is work with business owners to improve their business and to help them achieve overall objectives. So we can actually be part of that journey at the front end before you even get to the franchising space and help you get your business to a position both financially and operationally where it's ready to franchise.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well done.